Welcome to Pipeline Talk, this show where we talk about keeping your pipes running well and how to keep your toilet swallowing properly. My name is Bradley, your host as always. Now we normally take calls, but we're not today because we forgot to pay the phone bill. So if you call, you're going to get a pawn shop because they've rerouted the number. This week we have Perry Correll from Cribl. Perry, welcome to Pipeline Talk.
Thank you very much, Bradley. I've heard great things about your show, and I'm really happy to be here.
Well, we reached out to you because we recently discovered searching on the internet, and after we had 2 weeks where we did nothing for work, we started searching for people who made pipes flow better. And we used this thing called, and I know you may not know what this is because it seems pretty advanced, AI, to search in this really cool website called Ask Jeeves.
Okay, well, Ask Jeeves is, it's kind of a, I think you're a little late to that party. What you're talking about is scanning kind of a different data environment than what we scan. Does that make sense? We're scanning observability data where you're scanning the World Wide Web, so to say.
Well, that's interesting. I've learned a lot from you already today.
Oh, thank you.
So tell me about Cribl. What makes Cribl's things unique that you all make?
Okay, I love talking about Cribl. Cribl is really about, we're in this business to help our customers. And the way we do that is something called first principles. And the idea behind first principles is first identify the problem. What is the challenge? What am I trying to solve for? And once I understand that, then actually we can make decisions of how we can bring value to our customers. Does that make sense?
I had a first principle once. His name was Mr. Haddock. And my goal, and I've yet to accomplish it, was to have him sit on a whoopee cushion.
Well,
still working on that.
Okay, well, okay. Is there any other questions?
You wrote a book that some people have described about as the book to explain to your boss about why your data cost keeps going up so much. That sounds interesting. Is it a bestseller on the New York Times yet?
It's not on the New York Times. It kind of fits into a different category, but I actually brought a copy here today. And what it's actually called is Searching Observability Data for Dummies. Now, it's part of the Dummies series, but to your point, it's very, very important to understand when you're searching your enterprise data, your observability data, there's a tremendous amount of data out there. And yeah, it could get expensive depending on how you do it.
I see in the back that you brought a box for us to give away to our customers.
Yeah, I've got a dog-eared copy here, but we've got some good ones too. So I'm happy to give my signature if you like on it.
That would be great. I would love an autographed copy. Just
who do you want to make it out to?
Just leave it blank. If it gets popular, I'll probably eBay it, and that'll make it more valuable.
Okay.
Perry, it looks here from my notes that you transitioned from acting in a children's TV show to working at Cribl. What was that process like?
You talking about the platypus?
Yes.
No, I'm real life. That's just a cartoon. That's different.
That's disappointing to hear. My next 19 questions were about that, so we're probably going to have some filler talk here. Are you sure you're not the platypus?
I'm definitely not the platypus. I got to get out of here.
I probably should have done more research before the show.
Well, I'm sure we can find topics to go over, though.
So, Perry, a common question that I hear from my friends, not me, is how to clear your search history. And I see Cribl has a product called Cribl Search. Is that something that you can help us with? My friends, not me.
Yeah, okay, looking two different concepts here. Your search history is your browser, and it's kind of collects all the data of what you looked for before. So it's a good idea to clear your search history, kind of hide what you've been looking for if you want to think about that. Probably a good idea. Typically in our search, you want to retain your search history because you actually want to do it again and search for similar types of data. So it's actually two different use cases we're talking about here with two different technologies. So what have you been looking for?
So it's illegal for you to ask me that.
I apologize.
I see Cribl is launching a feature called authorization members only. How does that work, and does it come with members only jackets?
Great topic, no jackets. Authorization is all about controlling access to the different resources that Cribl offers you. Typical resources are the Cribl Stream tool, the Cribl Edge tool, and the Cribl Search tool. And administrators don't necessarily want everybody having the same rights. So they can give somebody full rights to one, imagine they're getting the jacket. We don't really have a jacket, but imagine they're getting the jacket. And those other services, they don't have access at all. But I'm sorry, there's no jackets yet.
No jackets.
No jackets.
Are you sure?
I can check our company store, but I don't think there's any jackets in there.
That's a free idea, members only jackets. But
You might get a hoodie.
Linda, we need to cancel that giveaway. I assumed there would be jackets for a members only feature. We're going to need to cancel that. Now, I also see here in my notes that your products are gaining access to an X-Men integration. What's that about?
I'm not sure what you mean by X-Men.
I see support for something called Sentinel, and I assumed that was from the popular movie and kids cartoon X-Men.
That's a great cartoon, but it's not actually what we're focused on. Our Sentinel is Azure Sentinel. Azure Sentinel and Azure Data Explorer are actually tools that we have that allow administrators to access different types of data and transform it into formats that Azure can support. And we can actually manage that data in a much richer way.
So no mutants.
No mutants.
That's also disappointing. That was like 5 questions that I had. I watched all the movies in preparation for this, so that seems like a lot of wasted time.
It might be very, very valuable in a different video.
Perry, I did some research before the show, and apparently technology is very popular. Now, I hear that technology products are popular among millennials. So I'm curious if Cribl is going to be supporting Windows Millennium Edition.
I don't really think anybody's supporting Millennium Edition anymore. I think Y2K might have killed that. But we do support Edge on Windows platforms as we do on the Linux platforms. So you can be able to get that data from Windows systems. But Millennium's a little old.
It's funny you bring up Y2K because that was the last time I filed my taxes.
That's probably something you might want to cut that out.
Yeah, we'll cut that. I did some research about Cribl, and it appears you are what's part of Silicon Valley, and also see that Edge is getting some features to search in compressed files. And one of the things that came up was the Pied Piper file compression. Are you able to search that?
I'm not actually familiar with the Pied Piper. There's there's a half dozen different types of compressed data that's on a host that we can discover, open up, and examine. But I'm not actually sure a Pied Piper. I can actually check with our products department and see if that's actually on the roadmap. There's a lot of different types out there.
What's that, Linda? Oh, it wasn't a reality show. It was actually just a TV show. It appears that was actually just a TV show. So that's completely made up. So we'll cut that.
Who scheduled me for this?
Perry, this has been an interesting talk.
Yes, it has.
Do you have anything else you'd like to say to our listeners about keeping their plumbing running well?
Plumbing's actually a good analogy to what we do. You've got data coming in from multiple sources, and it's flowing into what we call a pipeline, an observability pipeline. And that observability pipeline will take the different types of data and format it, or shape it, or reroute it, or enrich it. And then the receiving station, the downstream stations, actually receive that data in the format that they're most capable of handling, what they want to see. Nothing more, nothing less, and in the format they need to see it. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. I'm going to write all that down and search on Ask Jeeves later to help me understand it.
You'll probably find some good stuff on there. Just look for observability pipelines or look for Cribl, and you'll be a lot of good information there.
Well, thank you, Perry, for coming on this episode of Pipeline Talk. Next week, we will have a special guest again. His name is Hank. Hank owns the Guinness Book of World Records this side of the Mississippi for the largest toilet unclogging possible. You don't want to miss it. We actually have a video. We will see you next time. Thanks everybody for watching this fun take on how to release software in 2023. We actually do have some exciting features to share with you. We have Cribl Stream gaining access to Stream Project. It's now available to all of our customers. It's available when you log into cribl.cloud. We cannot wait to see how our customers use this.
We've also got tremendous enhancements to Cribl Search. It was only 6 months ago that we really only had a couple of different data sets, a couple of different things that you can actually query. Now we've increased that by 500%, supporting all the major cloud storage providers, and also enable people to directly access API endpoints. And on top of that, we've added dashboards, which means you could look at the data in different ways. You can look at the same data, old and new. So once again, great tool there with the dashboards and all the new data sets that you can actually search.
For Cribl Edge, you now have access to a Prometheus Edge Scraper. For you Kubernetes enthusiasts out there, you're going to love it.
And back to your members-only jacket. The authorization type function we have is really, really cool. It's something administrators have wanted for a long, long time. Instead of giving people access to all the capabilities within Cribl Stream, I want some people maybe to have full access to admin level to Stream. They get the members-only jacket. Others might just have a subset or a user capability in search, and maybe they don't get access to Edge at all. So once again, administrators can now control who can access what and at what level.
This is just a taste of what we're launching across our entire product line. Check the comments to find the link to the blog where we go in more detail on every one of the enhancements coming to Cribl Stream, Cribl Edge, and Cribl Search. If you're a current customer, you can log into cribl.cloud and you have immediate access to all of these upgrades. If you're not a customer, we want you to be, and we'll give you 1 terabyte a day for free to get started. Just head over to cribl.cloud to learn more.
And don't forget about Cribl U. Cribl U is our online education service, and it's always free. We don't charge to train you on our products. You can do a high level or you can do a deep dive into all our products' capabilities.
Thanks everybody for watching. We hope you love these releases. We hope you love this video, and we'll see you next time.